Francesco Totti, official OMRI, Italian pronunciation, Francesco Totti, born the 27th of September 1976, is an Italian former professional footballer who played for Roma. He played primarily as an attacking midfielder or second striker, but could also play as a lone striker or winger. Totti spent his entire career at Roma, winning a Serie A title, 2 Coppa Italia titles, and 2 Supercoppa Italiana titles. He is the top goalscorer and the most capped player in the club's history. Totti also holds the record for the youngest club captain in the history of Serie A, creative offensive playmaker renowned for his vision, technique, and goal-scoring ability. Totti is considered to be one of the greatest Italian players of all time, one of the most talented players of his generation, and Roma's greatest ever player. Totti is the 5th highest scoring Italian in all competitions, with 316 goals. A 2006 FIFA World Cup winner and UEFA Euro 2000 finalist with Italy, Totti was selected in the All-Star team for both tournaments. He also represented his country at the 2002 World Cup and Euro 2004. He also won several individual awards, notably the 2007 European Golden Shoe and the Golden Foot. In 2004, he was named in the FIFA 100, a list of the world's greatest living players as selected by Pelé, as part of FIFA's centenary celebrations. In 2011, Totti was recognized by IFFHS as the most popular footballer in Europe. In November 2014, Totti extended his record as the oldest goalscorer in UEFA Champions League history, aged 38 years and 59 days. Early life Totti was born in Rome to parents Lorenzo and Fiorella Totti. He was raised in the Porta Metronia neighborhood. As a youngster he idolized ex-Roma captain Giuseppe Giannini, and regularly played football with older boys. Totti began to play youth team football at the age of 8, with Fortitudo, later joining Smit Trastevere and Lodigiana. After he came to the attention of scouts, his mother refused a lucrative offer from Milan in order to keep him in his hometown. Although his youth club initially had come to an agreement to sell Totti to the Lazio youth side, one of Roma's youth coaches, Gildo Giannini, persuaded his parents to let him join the Roma youth squad in 1989. Club career Roma 1992 to 1997 early seasons. After 3 years in the youth team, Totti made his first appearance for Roma's senior side in Serie A at the age of 16, when coach Vujadin Boskov called him up in the 2-0 away victory against Brescia on the 28th of March 1993. In the following season under Carlo Mazzoni, Totti began to play more regularly as a second striker, and scored his first goal on the 4th of September 1994 in a 1-1 draw against Foggia. By 1995, Totti had become a regular in Roma's starting lineup and scored 16 goals during the next 3 seasons, while creating several more, as his talent was praised by his manager Mazzoni. Roma's chairman at the time, however, Franco Sensi, impeded the transfer, leading to further tensions with the manager, who eventually parted ways with the club. 1997 to 1999, emergence as Roma's number 10 and captain on the left wing. Totti's years under Zdenek Zeman represented a period of both physical and mental maturation as a player. He displayed a greater responsibility for the team, and was presented with the number 10 jersey. His first season under Zeman started well, with Totti taking advantage of a 4-3-3 formation and making his breakthrough with the club. He finished the league season reaching double figures in goals scored for the first time in his career, including a goal in the club's 2-0 away win against Napoli on the 22nd of February 1998. Totti scored 13 goals in Serie A in total, and contributed to Roma's 4th-place league finish that year. The following season, he began to gain recognition as a club symbol and as a leader, and on the 31st of October 1998, Totti became the official team captain, and the youngest Serie A club captain ever at the age of 22, inheriting the armband from Aldair. On the 29th of November 1998, Totti scored the equalizing goal in a 3-3 draw against cross-city rivals Lazio. This was his first ever goal in the Rome derby. Overall, he scored 30 goals and provided 26 assists during Zeman's 2-year managerial stint. For his performances, he was named the Serie A Young Footballer of the Year for the 1998-99 season. 1999 to 2004, the Scudetto as a playmaker. In June 1999, Roma's then president Franco Sensi sacked Zeman and signed Fabio Capello as a replacement, with the aim of winning the league title. By the 2001 campaign under the new coach, Roma were building a competitive team around Totti, who was by now being utilized as a creative attacking midfielder by Capello in a 3-4-1-2 formation, due to his passing skills and playmaking abilities. Totti scored in a 2-0 home win over Bologna on his season debut on the 1st of October 2000. On the 10th of December, Totti scored the match-winning goal in a 2-1 home win against Udinese with a powerful left-footed volley to help Roma to their 5th home win of the season. He continued his goal-scoring form by scoring against Napoli at home in a 3-0 victory on the 28th of January 2001, as Roma finished the first half of the league season in first place. Totti continued to play an important role in keeping the club at the top of the table throughout the remainder of the season, gaining a comfortable lead over rivals Juventus. On the 17th of June 2001, at the Stadio Olimpico, Roma beat Parma 3-1, with their three main attackers, Totti, Vincenzo Montella and Gabriele Batistuta scoring one goal each, as Roma were crowned champions of Italy for the third time in their history. Totti finished the league season with 13 goals, equaling what was at the time his personal goal-scoring record in a single Serie A season. On the 19th of August 2001, Totti won his first Supercoppa Italiana, scoring and assisting in the 3-0 win against Fiorentina. Totti was named the Serie A Italian Footballer of the Year for both 2000 and 2001, and won the Serie A Footballer of the Year award for the first time in his career in 2000. He received his first Ballon d'Or nomination in 2000, finishing 14th in voting, and 5th the following year. Due to his performances and leadership, Totti had established himself as a hero to the Roma fans, who were also able to identify with his background as a Roma native and lifelong supporter. Over the following seasons, Totti played in a free role as either a forward or second striker in a 3-5-2 formation, often alongside either Batistuta or the newly acquired youngster Antonio Cassano. He scored his first hat-trick in Serie A, in a 3-2 away win over Brescia on the 30th of September 2002. Totti also scored the only goal in Roma's decisive 1-0 victory at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium against Real Madrid on the 30th of October 2002. This was the first time in 35 years that an Italian team had won a match in Madrid. He continued his goal-scoring exploits against Valencia, scoring 2 goals in Roma's 3-0 win. Despite this, Roma only finished third in their Champions League group, and in 8th position in Serie A, although they managed to reach the 2003 Coppa Italia final. In the final against Milan, Totti scored 3 times from free kicks over both legs, 1 goal at home and 2 at the San Siro, but Roma lost out to Milan 6-3 on aggregate. In 2003, Totti won his second Serie A Footballer of the Year award. In the 2003-04 season, Totti played a key role as Roma finished runner-up to Milan in the Scudetto race. Throughout the league season, he scored 20 goals, his best haul in Serie A up to that point, which allowed him to win his second Gaira d'Oro as the player with the best average rating in Serie A throughout the season. Moreover, the Roma captain notably scored trademark chipped goals on 2 occasions throughout the season, against Brescia and Empoli. 2004-2009, transition to striker. Despite a disappointing 2004-05 season, which saw the departure of a number of players and several managerial changes, Totti maintained consistent form by scoring 12 goals in Serie A, and 15 in all competitions, among which was his 100th Serie A goal from a free kick in a 3-3 draw against Internazionale, on the 3rd of October 2004. 2 months later, on the 19th of December, he became Roma's all-time leading scorer in Serie A after netting his 107th career league goal against Parma, breaking the record previously held by Roberto Pruzzo. Although Roma finished the league season in 8th place, Totti helped the team reach the 2005 Coppa Italia final. However, Roma lost to Inter. Roma's new coach for the 2005-06 season, Luciano Spalletti, went with a 4-2-3-1 formation, deploying Totti in a newer, more offensive role as a lone striker. In this new position, Totti continued to score frequently, managing 15 goals in 24 league matches. In the spring of 2005, he renewed his contract until 2010, with an annual salary of €5.4 million. On the 19th of February 2006, he suffered a fracture of his left fibula and ligament damage during a match against Empoli after being fouled by Richard Vanegli. Totti was at risk of missing the 2006 World Cup, but returned to the side on the 11th of May 2006 as a substitute in Roma's 3-1 Coppa Italia final defeat to Inter. A metal plate had been attached to his ankle during surgery, but doctors decided not to operate again and remove it following Totti's return, concurring that the plate would not affect his game. He was given off-label treatments of teriparatide to speed up his fracture recovery. Totti finished the season as Serie A top scorer with 26 goals, and on the 17th of June, he also received the ESM European Golden Shoe Award as the top European goalscorer of the season. Despite being the highest active goalscorer in Serie A, he was not among the finalists for the 2007 FIFA World Player of the Year due to his his absence from the national team, although he was nominated for the 2007 Ballon d'Or, finishing 10th in the voting. On the 19th of August 2007, Totti contributed to Roma's 1-0 victory over Inter in the 2007 Supercoppa Italiana, winning a penalty which was subsequently converted by Daniele De Rossi. Totti scored his 200th goal for Roma in a 4-0 victory against Torino, in the Coppa Italia, on the 16th of January 2008. He was named the Serie A Italian Footballer of the Year for the 5th time in his career on the 28th of January. The following month, on the 24th of February, he reached 386 appearances in Serie A with Roma in a match against Fiorentina, equaling the club appearance record previously held by Giacomo Lossi, Roma's captain in the 1960s. He broke the record on the 27th of February, in the club's following league match against Inter. On the 9th of March, he reached his 500th overall appearance for Roma, scoring the second goal of the match from a penalty kick in a 2-0 away win over Napoli. Totti suffered a season-ending injury to his right knee during a 1-1 draw with Livorno on the 19th of April. Tests revealed a tear of his anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) that required surgery, ruling him out for 4 months. Roma won their 9th Coppa Italia with a 2-1 victory over Inter on the 24th of May. Although Totti did not play the match, he was still allowed to lift the cup as the team's captain. With this win, Totti became the most successful captain in the club's history, with 5 titles and 10 runners-up medals. On the 8th of November 2008, he made his 400th appearance in Serie A, in a 1-1 away draw against Bologna, scoring the opening goal of the match. Later that month, he went on to help his team beat Lazio in the Rome derby, assisting Julio Baptista's match-winning goal. Totti's run of good form continued as he provided assists for Mirko Vucinic and scored a lobbed goal in a 3-0 win in a league game against Lecce on the 23rd of November, while he netted a free kick in a 3-1 away win against CFR Cluj in the Champions League later that week. On the 27th of November, he also scored the second goal in a 2-0 win against Bordeaux on the 10th of December, which ensured Roma's passage to the round of 16 of the competition as group winners. On the 19th of April 2009, Totti scored his 175th Serie A goal in a 3-2 home win over Lecce, overtaking Amedeo Amade as Roma's all-time highest goalscorer. With the goal, Totti also became one of the top 10 goalscorers in Serie A history. 2009 to 2011, struggles and return to form. Roma's difficult start to the 2008-9 season and continued struggles at the start of the 2009-10 season saw Spalletti resign after his 4-year reign and he was replaced by Claudio Ranieri. Totti performed well in the inaugural UEFA Europa League. He scored 2 hat-tricks in the competition that season, first in a 7-1 away win against Gent in the third qualifying round and then another in the same scoreline against MFK Košice at the Stadio Olimpico in the playoff round. In Serie A, he also scored 3 goals against Bari on the 22nd of November 2009, 7 years on from his last hat-trick in Serie A. On the 30th of November 2009, Totti confirmed he had signed a new 5-year playing contract which would see him at the club until 2014, after which he stated he would become a club director for a further 5 years. Roma offered him an annual salary of €8.9 million for 2009-10 and €8.6 million a year for the next 4 seasons. With a 24-match unbeaten run in Serie A, Roma became the only challengers to Inter in the last 3 rounds for the league title that season, ultimately finishing runners-up after the final game. Despite suffering several injury problems, he surpassed former prolific strikers such as Gabriele Batistuta, Giuseppe Signori, and Kurt Hamrin, putting him in 6th place in the all-time Serie A scoring records. Totti also played in the Coppa Italia final against Inter on the 5th of May 2010, but received a red card in the closing minutes of the second half for kicking Mario Balotelli. Roma lost the match 0-1, thus failing to bring home a record 10th Coppa Italia title. In the 2010-11 season, Roma suffered yet another defeat to Inter in the 2010 Supercoppa Italiana, continuing their traditional early struggles, which Totti partly blamed on Ranieri's defensive mindset and failure to develop a consistent set of tactics. On a personal level, Totti won the Golden Foot Award, but Ranieri's lack of faith in him due to his age meant that the captain would spend a lot of time on the substitutes bench in favor of younger forwards, such as Marco Borriello, Mirko Vucinic and My Menez. Following Roma's 4-3 loss against Genoa on the 20th of February 2011, Ranieri resigned as manager of Roma, and Totti saw his former teammate Vincenzo Montella appointed as caretaker coach. Montella reverted to Spalletti's 4-2-3-1 system and Totti appeared to recapture his best form, finding the net more frequently towards the end of the season. On the 3rd of March, Totti was voted the best active Italian player in a poll conducted by La Gazzetta dello Sport. 100 Italian personalities including footballers, Politicians and celebrities took part in the vote. On the 13th of March 2011, he scored 2 goals against Lazio, which gave Roma their 5th consecutive victory in the Rome derby. The following match, on the 20th of March, Totti became the 6th player in Serie A history to score 200 goals, finding the target twice in a 2-2 draw against Fiorentina to total 201 league goals. On the 1st of May, Totti scored a brace against Bari to equal and subsequently overtake Roberto Baggio as the 5th highest goalscorer in Serie A with his 205th and 206th career league goals, putting him behind only Silvio Piola, Gunnar Nordahl, Giuseppe Meazza and Jose Altafini. Totti ended the 2010-11 Serie A campaign with 15 goals, with 12 of his goals coming in Roma's last 13 league fixtures. At the end of the season, Roma underwent a change of ownership, with the former club owner Rosella Sensi being replaced by an American consortium led by Thomas Di Benedetto. Under the new management, the club did not offer a permanent contract to Montella, which led to him leaving to coach another Serie A side, Catania. The Roma management appointed Luis Enrique, who had previous coached the Barcelona B side, in a bid to emulate Barcelona's football style. 2011-2012, back to playmaker. The 2011-12 season saw Totti initially receive few starts under Roma's new manager Luis Enrique. As the club's early struggles continued, Totti sustained an injury on the 1st of October 2011 in the second half of a match against Atalanta, which kept him out of action until the 20th of November. He returned to the pitch against Lecce, when he came off the bench in the 66th minute, as Roma won the match 2-1. In mid-December, as Totti began regaining form post-injury, he started playing more regularly, often in a creative role as an attacking midfielder. On the 12th of December, he set up Daniele De Rossi's opening goal in a 1-1 home draw against eventual league champions Juventus. Although Totti missed a second-half penalty during the match, he provided several more assists that season, notably for Dani Osvaldo's goal in Roma's 3-1 win over Napoli at the Stadio San Paolo on the 18th of December 2011, and also set up De Rossi's goal against Catania at the Massimino Stadium. Playing in a deeper position on the pitch, the Roma talisman did not seek to score goals as often, opting rather to play more of a supporting role by bridging the gap between attack and midfield, using his presence, leadership and experience in games to offer some much-needed depth to the team. On the 8th of January 2012, Totti scored his first goals of the season in a 2-0 win against Chievo, converting one penalty in the first half and another in the second. He went on to score 2 goals in a 5-1 win against Cesena, which allowed Totti to set a new record, as his second goal of the match brought his tally to 211 league goals, the most any player has ever scored for a single club in Serie A. Despite his inability to find the back of the net as the second half of the season began, he continued to perform well, as he notably assisted Juan's goal from a corner in Roma's 4-0 win over Inter on the 5th of February. On the 12th of April, Totti scored his 5th goal of the season in a 3-1 victory over Udinese. He scored again in a 2-1 loss against Fiorentina on the 25th of April, and 2 weeks later, on his 500th match in Serie A, he scored 2 goals in a 2-2 draw against Catania at the Stadio Olimpico. 2012-2013, breaking records. After Luis Enrique decided to resign due to an unsuccessful season in which Roma failed to qualify for European football for the first time in 15 years, the club decided to appoint their former manager Zdeněk Zeman, with whom Totti would once again be reunited. Zeman tried to play Totti in a free role as a left forward or winger in his preferred 4-3-3 tactical lineup, although this was a similar role to that which he had played during Zeman's previous spell 13 years before. Totti's freedom also enabled him to drop deep into the midfield to press opponents and pick up the ball, as well as attacking on the left wing. On the 2nd of September, Totti provided 2 assists for Alessandro Florenzi and Dani Osvaldo in Roma's 3-1 win over Inter at the San Siro. After the match, he received praise from the media due to his performance, even as he approached his 36th birthday. On the 21st of October, Totti surpassed both Giuseppe Meazza and Jose Altafini's joint record after scoring the first of Roma's goals in a 4-2 away win at Genoa, becoming the 3rd highest scorer in Serie A history with 217 goals. On the 8th of December, Totti scored 2 goals, his 5th and 6th of the season, in a 4-2 home victory against Fiorentina. Following the club's negative performances, Zeman was sacked and replaced by the club's technique coach Aurelio Andreazzoli in early February 2013. Under his new manager, Totti scored a goal against Juventus on the 16th 15th of February, with a powerful strike, as Roma shocked the league leaders in a 1-0 win. On the 3rd of March, he scored his 225th goal against Genoa to become Serie A's joint second top scorer, alongside Gunnar Nordahl, as Roma cruised to a 3-1 victory. Totti finally broke Nordahl's record by scoring against Parma on the 18th of March, increasing his Serie A tally to 226 goals. On the 8th of April, with a goal from a penalty kick in the 1-1 draw against Lazio, he became the joint top scorer of all time in Serie A in the Rome derby with 9 goals, putting him on par with Dino da Costa and Marco Del Vecchio. Totti finished the 2012-13 Serie A season with 12 goals and 12 assists from 34 appearances. Totti also reached the 2013 Coppa Italia final with Roma, but lost the match 0-1 on the 26th of May to cross-city rivals Lazio. 2013-2015, free forward. With the arrival of Roma's new coach Rudi Garcia in the summer of 2013, Totti was once again deployed as a false nine, while also functioning as a supporting forward, or as winger on the left on occasion. On the 20th of September 2013, Roma announced that Totti had signed a new contract, keeping him at the club until 2016. Past his 39th birthday, he scored his first goal of the 2013-14 season on the 16th of September, against Parma in a 3-1 victory. He followed up the goal with 2 strikes in Roma's 3-0 away victory over Inter, helping the team maintain a 100 record after 7 games. On the 20th of November, he received the Captain of Captains award by the Association Edituto and Baker Tilly Revisa. On the 14th of February, Totti was sidelined for about a month after sustaining a bruised right buttock. He returned to the pitch on the 17th of March against Udinese, scoring the first goal of the match as he helped his team to a 3-2 win. 8 days later, Totti celebrated 700 overall appearances with Roma against Torino. On the 2nd of April, he scored his 20th career goal against Parma, a personal record against any side, in a 4-2 victory. He finished the season with 8 goals and 10 assists, ending the year as the top assist provider of the 2013-14 Serie A season. Prior to the start of the 2014-15 season, Totti had been one of the star players of Roma's pre-season friendlies. On the 30th of September 2014, 3 days after his 38th birthday, Totti scored Roma's equalizer in a Champions League group stage draw at Manchester City, thus becoming the oldest scorer in the history of the competition. It was also Totti's 300th professional career goal. On the 25th of October, Totti scored the opening goal from a free kick in a 1-1 draw against CSKA Moscow, extending his record of oldest goalscorer in the history of the competition to 38 years and 59 days. On the 11th of January 2015, Totti scored 2 goals against local rivals Lazio, making him the joint all-time top scorer in the Rome derby in official club competitions, alongside Dino da Costa, with 11 goals, as well as the Serie A top scorer in the Rome derby. On the 9th of May, Totti scored from a penalty in a 2-1 away defeat to Milan, equaling Roberto Baggio for the record of the most goals scored in Serie A from penalties, 68. On the 31st of May, in the final match day of the 2014-15 season, he scored his 299th goal for Roma in a 2-1 home defeat to Palermo. Totti finished the season as Roma's leading scorer with 10 goals in all competitions, the 7th time in which he had been the team's top scorer. 2015-2017, final years as a super sub. On his second league appearance of the 2015-16 Serie A season, Totti scored his 300th career club goal in all competitions with Roma in a 2-2 home draw with Sassuolo. On the 20th of September 2015, on the 26th of September 2015, the day before his 39th birthday, he sustained an injury, straining his right hip flexor in a 5-1 win over Carpi, ruling him out for 3 months. He returned to the pitch as a substitute in a 1-1 home draw against Milan, on the 9th of January 2016, equaling Gianluca Pagliuca as the 3rd all-time highest appearance holder in Serie A history, with 592 appearances. On the 21st of February 2016, Totti publicly criticized returning manager, and Rudi Garcia's replacement, Luciano Spalletti, in the media for his lack of playing time since his return from injury. On the 20th of April, he came off the bench in the 86th minute, 1 goal down to Torino at home to rescue the team with a brace, 1 in the 87th minute and a penalty in the 89th minute to win the match 3-2. With his 69th goal in Serie A from the penalty spot, he overtook Roberto Baggio as the outright top scorer of penalties in Serie A history. Totti came off the bench in each of the past 5 Serie A games and contributed 4 goals and an assist. On the 8th of May, Totti came off the bench to set up Roma's final goal in a 3-0 home win over Chievo in his 600th Serie A appearance, becoming the third player ever to reach this milestone. Overall, Totti only made 13 league appearances throughout the season but scored 4 goals in the final 6 matches as a substitute. On the 7th of June, he renewed his contract for another year, stating that he would be retiring at the end of the 2016-17 season. He also revealed he had signed a 6-year contract as Roma's technical director once the season ends. On his first appearance of the 2016-17 season against Sampdoria on the 11th of September, Totti equaled Paolo Maldini's record of playing in 25 Serie A seasons. On the 25th of September, he scored his 250th Serie A goal from the penalty spot in a 3-1 away defeat to Torino, just 2 days before his 40th birthday. On his first start 2 days after his 40th birthday, on the 29th of September, Totti was praised for his performance and longevity in a 4-0 home win over Astra Guiergia in the Europa League. He played all 90 minutes of the match, providing 2 assists, while also being involved in a 3rd goal. On the 20th of October, Totti made his 100th appearance in UEFA club competitions, setting up 2 goals in a 3-3 home draw against Austria Wien in the Europa League. In late October, he sustained a muscle injury to the flexor of his left thigh during a training session, which ruled him out indefinitely. He returned to action as a substitute in a 3-2 home win over Pescara on the 27th of November. On the 1st of February 2017, Totti scored a decisive injury time penalty in the 97th minute of a 2-1 home victory against Cesena in the Coppa Italia quarter-finals. The win enabled Roma to advance to the semi-finals of the tournament. On the 15th of April, he came on as a substitute in a 1-1 home draw against Atalanta to make his 615th appearance in Serie A, equaling Javier Zanetti as the joint 3rd highest appearance holder of all time in Serie A. On the 28th of May, Totti made his final appearance for Roma in a 3-2 home win against Genoa, coming on as a substitute for Mohamed Salah in the 54th minute and received a standing ovation from the fans. International career youth career and early senior career Totti first came into international prominence while playing in FIFA and UEFA youth tournaments. With the Italy under-16 side, under manager Sergio Vada, Totti reached the final of the 1993 UEFA European Under-16 Championship in Turkey. Italy were defeated 1-0 by Poland as Totti missed the final due to suspension. 4 months later, Totti played in 1993 FIFA U17 World Championship in Japan and scored Italy's goal in the tournament as the Azzurrini were eliminated in group stage. Totti also scored in Italy's 4-1 defeat to Spain in the final of the UEFA Under-18 Championship. In July 1995, he subsequently won the UEFA Under-21 Championship with Italy in 1996, under manager Cesare Maldini. In the final, he opened the scoring as the match ended in a 1-1 draw against Spain, although Italy were able to win the final on penalties. The following year, he also played a key role in helping Italy to win a gold medal at the 1997 Mediterranean Games, on home soil, scoring twice throughout the tournament. Due to his contribution in these tournaments, Totti was later included in the all-time Under-21 Euro Dream Team in 2015. After starring with the Azzurrini in Italy's Under-16, Under-19, and Under-21 sides, Totti earned his first senior cap for Italy under the recently appointed international manager Dino Zoff during a 2-0 Euro 2000 qualifying victory against Switzerland on the 10th of October 1998. Totti scored his first goal for Italy on the 26th of April 2000 in a 2-0 friendly win over Portugal in Reggio Calabria. He scored his first brace for Italy in a 2006 FIFA World Cup qualification match in a 4-3 home win over Belarus, on the 13th of October 2004. In total, Totti made 58 appearances for Italy between 1998 and 2006, scoring 9 goals. Euro 2000 Italy went to Euro 2000 with Totti in excellent form. Overall, he scored 2 goals and provided an assist during the tournament. His first goal of the tournament came against co-host nation Belgium in the first round, as Totti headed in Demetrio Albertini's cross from a set piece. He was named man of the match for his performance. His second goal of the tournament came against Romania in the quarter-finals, with an accurate strike following Stefano Fiore's assist. In Italy's semi-final shootout victory over co-host co-hosts the Netherlands. Totti's confidently chipped penalty was named as one of the magic moments of the tournament. Later, during the second half of the match, Totti provided two scoring opportunities for Alessandro Del Piero, which the Juventus forward was unable to convert. Totti was selected for the 22-man team of the tournament due to his performances throughout the European Championship. 2002 World Cup. After being handed the number 10 shirt and Italy's playmaking duties, much was expected of Totti in his debut World Cup under manager Giovanni Trapattoni. Despite a promising start at the 2002 World Cup held in Japan and Korea, as he set up Christian Vieri's first goal in Italy's 2-0 opening win over Ecuador, disappointment followed, with Totti failing to score or make a significant impact throughout the tournament. Despite setting up Vieri's goal in Italy's second-round defeat to co-host South Korea from a corner, his performance was once again criticized, in particular as he was sent off in extra time after being handed a controversial second yellow card by referee Byron Moreno for simulation. Euro 2004 Although he was once again expected to be Italy's star player in the number 10 role, Totti acquired a measure of infamy at Euro 2004 after he spat at Danish midfielder Christian Poulsen in a goalless draw in Italy's opening group match of the tournament on the 14th of June 2004. He was subsequently banned until the semi-finals, but never made it back to action and finished the competition scoreless due to Italy's elimination in the first round on direct encounters, following a three-way 5-point tie with Sweden and Denmark. 2006 World Cup. Despite injury troubles, Totti recovered in time to join the national team for their victorious 2006 World Cup campaign. Despite a lack of match practice during his 3 months on the sidelines, Italy manager Marcello Lippi showed enormous faith in Totti, assuring him during his rehabilitation that his spot in Italy's World Cup squad was secure and to focus on recuperating. This encouragement and show of faith fueled Totti's desire to work even harder to overcome what could have been a career-ending injury and make it to the World Cup against all odds, and much of the Italian media's opinion. Totti did recuperate in time and played the entire time in Germany with metal plates in his ankle that had yet to be removed following the surgery. He was an important player in Marcello Lippi's team, playing in all 7 games for Italy, including the victorious final against France, which Italy won on penalties. Although Totti was substituted off in the 61st minute, throughout the tournament, he usually played as an attacking midfielder alongside Andrea Pirlo behind strikers Luca Toni, Alberto Gilardino, Vincenzo Iacchinta, or Filippo Inzaghi. These players were supported defensively by Gennaro Gattuso, Simone Parata and Daniele De Rossi in midfield. Totti finished the tournament with the joint highest number of assists, along with his teammate Pirlo, Juan Roman Riquelme, Bastian Schweinsteiger, and Luis Figo. 4. Totti also scored a goal via an injury time penalty in Italy's 1-0 round of 16 win over Australia on the 26th of June, and was involved in Del Piero's last-minute extra-time goal in the semi-final, which sealed a 2-0 victory for the Italians over hosts Germany, and a place in the World Cup final. Throughout the competition, Totti completed 185 passes and took 19 shots. In recognition of a successful tournament, he was selected for the 23-man All-Star team. Retirement. Totti intended to retire from international football after the 2006 World Cup, but reneged on his decision and remained undecided on his future for over a year, not being called up in the meantime. He made his retirement official on the 20th of July 2007, at the beginning of the 2007-8 Serie A season, due to recurring physical problems and in order to focus solely on club play with Roma. Italy's coach at the time, Roberto Donatoni, attempted to get Totti to change his mind for the remaining Euro 2008 qualifiers but was not successful. After Marcello Lippi's reappointment as the national team's manager following Euro 2008, Totti announced that he would play in the 2010 World Cup finals in South Africa if he were to receive a call-up. However, there was no official statement release from Totti or Lippi about a possible comeback. For the final tournament, Totti was not named in the 23-man squad, and Italy was subsequently eliminated, failing to win a match and finishing last in their group, their worst-ever World Cup performance. Diego Maradona and former national teammates Fabio Cannavaro and Gianluigi Buffon said one of the reasons for Italy's early exit was due to the lack of creative players like Totti in the team. In March 2013, Lippi's successor as Italy's coach, Cesare Prandelli, stated that he would consider Totti for the 2014 World Cup squad. In October 2013, Prandelli said, "Totti is in fantastic form. His condition right now does make you reflect. If the World Cup was around the corner, I would have no doubts and would absolutely call him up. But we will evaluate the player's condition 1 month prior to the World Cup." However, at the time of the choice of the final 23-man Italian squad for the World Cup, the Italy coach excluded the Roma striker, preferring to focus the team around younger players. Without Totti, Italy was eliminated in the first round for the second consecutive time, finishing third in their group. Style of play Totti is regarded as one of the most talented Italian players of all time, and by some as Italy's greatest player ever. Throughout his career, Totti played predominantly as a classic number 10, functioning either as an offensive midfield playmaker or as a supporting or deep-lying forward behind the main striker. Only in the later years of his Roma career was he mainly employed as a lone striker. Throughout his career, Totti drew particular praise from pundits for his vision, precise long passing ability, and technique, which allowed him to play the ball first time. His role has at times been described as that of a hard-working, generous, quick and dynamic center forward. Totti made excellent use of his balance, dribbling skills, acceleration, movement, and powerful and accurate shooting ability from both inside and outside the area with either foot. Despite being naturally right-footed, he was also an accurate penalty kick and free kick taker. Totti also scored several goals from chipped shots throughout his career, and often used the technique on penalties. One of the most famous instances in which Totti performed this type of penalty was in the shootout of Italy's Euro 2000 semi-final match against the Netherlands. One of his most famous lobbed goals, in which he dribbled past Inter's Marco Materazzi before chipping the ball over goalkeeper Julio Cesar, was later named the best goal in Serie A of the 2005-06 season. He scored another notable goal using this technique against Lazio in the 2002 Derby della Capitale, which ended in a 5-1 win for Roma. The title of Totti's 2006 autobiography Tito Totti, Moja Faccio Cucciaio, English, All About Totti, I'm Gonna Chip Him Now, referenced this technique, as well as the statement made to his Italy teammates before his memorable Euro 2000 semi-final shootout penalty against the Netherlands. Having served as Roma's captain for several years, Totti was praised for his leadership. Goal celebrations Totti was known for his exuberant and humorous goal celebrations. Another derby goal against Lazio saw him take over a sideline camera and aim it at the Roma fans. The most recent message was "Scusate il ritardo," sorry for the delay, which he flashed on the 8th of January 2012 as an apology to fans for his goal-scoring drought after scoring his first goal of the season versus Chievo. As a tribute to his then-pregnant wife, Ilari Blasi, Totti imitated a childbirth scene by stuffing the ball under his shirt and lying on his back while his teammates extracted the ball. His current ritual of sucking his thumb after a goal began after his son was born and continued after the birth of his daughter. Blasi has revealed that Totti also sucks his thumb in dedication to her and not just for their children. On the 11th of January 2015, Totti scored twice against Lazio in the Derby della Capitale as Roma came back from 2-0 down. He then took a selfie with Roma fans. Outside of professional football personal life Totti's wife, Ilari Blasi, is a former showgirl who has been a co-host of Italia 1's hit show La Iene since 2007. When the couple married on the 19th of June 2005 at the Basilica of Santa Maria in Aracoli, their wedding was aired on television with the proceeds being donated to charity. They had their first child, Christian, on the 6th of November 2005. Their second child, a daughter named Chanel, was born on the 13th of May 2007. The couple has often been referred to as the Italian Beckhams, and their private lives are often speculated upon in Italian magazines and tabloids. On the 10th of March 2016, the couple gave birth to their third child, Isabel. Totti is a Roman Catholic. Totti's brother Riccardo serves as his agent, and manages many of his brand and business interests, under the name Number 10, including the Francesco Totti Academy, a football training school, and the Totti Soccer School, a football camp for children with disabilities. Totti also owns a motorcycle racing team called Totti Top Sport. Philanthropy Totti became a Goodwill Ambassador for UNICEF in 2003, and an ambassador for the FIFA SOS Children's Villages in January 2006. As a fundraiser for a children's charity, he published 2 best-selling, self-effacing joke books containing jokes the locals often told about him and his teammates. On the 16th of January 2008, he appeared as Paper Totti in the Disney comic series Topolino. The proceeds of the subscriptions were given to charity. The Roma captain's official testimonial was a fundraising match between singers and celebrities played on the 12th of May 2008 to help raise money for the construction of the Campus Produttivo della Legalità e della Solidarietà, Productive Campus of Legality and Solidarity. In 2009, Totti helped launch a new campaign promoting football adopting abandoned children, which came about in collaboration with the Friends of Children and the Association of Italian Players. In the project, he adopted a team of around 11 young Kenyans to play football in Nairobi, and then to coach them along the way. In 2015, Totti and several of his teammates took to the pitch for Tennis with Stars in the Foro Italico in Rome, an event to help disadvantaged children. Tennis players such as Novak Djokovic and Flavia Pannetta participated at the event. On the 27th of September 2016, Totti celebrated his 40th birthday live on his new Facebook page, at the Tor Crescenza Castle in Rome. Television, cinema and publicity In 2002, Fiat Principal Executive Gianni Agnelli, a lifelong fan and ex-president of Juventus, chose Totti to publicize the launch of the new stilo instead of a Juventus player. Having been signed to sportswear company Nike, Totti featured in Nike's secret tournament advertisement, directed by Terry Gilliam, in the build-up to the 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan. He appeared alongside luminaries including Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Luis Figo, Roberto Carlos and Hideyoshi Nakata, with former player Eric Cantona the tournament referee. Totti has featured in EOS Sports FIFA video game series. He starred on the cover of the Italian edition of FIFA 2002. He also featured on the cover of Pro Evolution Soccer 4 along with Thierry Henry and Italian referee Pierluigi Collina. Between 2005 and 2008, his sponsors changed to sportswear company Diadora and soft drink Pepsi Twist, with a commercial filmed in the camps of Trigoria by director Gabriele Muccino. Since May 2006, he has appeared in advertisements for telephone company Vodafone. In December 2006, Totti and his wife Hilary Blasi lent their voices to an Italian dubbing of an episode of the television series The Simpsons entitled Marge and Homer Turn a Couple Play, in which Totti voiced Buck Mitchell. In 2007, he appeared in the movie L'Allanator nel Pallone 2 in the role of a defense attorney. Since 2008, he has participated several times in the television program Ce Posta per Te, in the second series of the Italian drama Cesaroni, in the reality show Grande Fratello 8 and in an episode of Paperissima. In September 2008, a collection of figurines dedicated to him appeared in newsstands in the Lazio region entitled Francesco Totti, the Captain. In 2009, Totti sent a message of support to Iranian youths during the 2009 Iranian presidential election protests. In February 2010, Totti was named an ambassador for online poker company Party Poker. In May 2010, Totti appeared alongside actor Russell Crowe in Rome to promote the special edition of the film Gladiator, celebrating the 10th year of the film's release. In December 2014, 2 murals of Totti, sponsored by Nike, were created in Rome. In 2014, the Swiss artist David Deal painted Totti as one of 16 football icons most beloved by their fans. In 2015, France Football rated him one of the 10 best footballers in the world over the age of 36. In 2015, Totti's famous selfie celebration was included amongst the goal celebrations available for FIFA 16 and Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. He also took a selfie in the official trailer of the video game on YouTube. Career statistics Club As of match played the 28th of May 2017, 1 includes appearances in the Coppa Italia, 2 includes appearances in the UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League, 3 includes appearances in the Supercoppa Italiana. International International goals, scores and results list Italy's goal tally first, correct as of the 9th of July 2006. Honors Club Roma, winners, 5, Serie A, 1, 2001, Coppa Italia, 2, 2006-7, 2007-8, Supercoppa Italiana, 2, 2001, 2007, runner-up, 16, Serie A, 8, 2001-2, 2003-4, 2005-6, 2006-7, 2007-8, 2009-10, 2013-14, 2014-15, 2016-17, Coppa Italia, 5, 2002-3, 2004-5, 2005-6, 2009-10, 2012-13, Supercoppa Italiana, 3, 2006, 2008, 2010, International Italy, winners, UEFA European Under-21 Championship, 1996, Mediterranean Games, Under-23, 1997, FIFA World Cup, 2006, runner-up, UEFA European Under-16 Championship, 1993, UEFA European Under-18 Championship, 1995, UEFA European Championship, 2000, Individual Gaira d'Oro, 2, 1998, 2004. Serie A Young Footballer of the Year, 1999. UEFA Euro 2000 Final, Man of the Match. UEFA Euro 2000, Team of the Tournament. Serie A Footballer of the Year, 2, 2000, 2003. Serie A Italian Footballer of the Year, 5, 2000, 2001, 2003, 2004, 2007. ESM Team of the Year, 3, 2001, 2003, 4, 2006, 7. FIFA 100. Serie A Goal of the Year, 2, 2005, 2006, 2006 FIFA World Cup All-Star Team, 2006 FIFA World Cup, Assist Leader, Serie A Assist Leader, 1998-99, 2006-07, 2013-14, Serie A Top Scorer, 2006-7, European Golden Shoe, 2006-7, Pallone d'Argento, 2007-8, Golden Foot, 2010, Premio Nazionale Carriera Esemplare Gaetano Sire, 2014, Premio Internazionale Giacinto Facchetti, 2014, All-Time UEFA European Under-21 Championship Dream Team, 2015, Ballon d'Or, 2014, 2001 5th, 2002 nominated, Top 50, 2003 18th, 2004 nominated, Top 50, 2007 10th, FIFA World Player of the Year, 2010, 2001 10th, 2002 14th, World Soccer Award, 2007, 2001 4th, 2007 7th, Orders, 5th Class, Knight, Cavaliere Ordinale Merito della Repubblica Italiana, 2000, CONI, Golden Collar of Sports Merit, Collar d'Oro al Merito Sportivo, 2006, 4th Class, Official Ordinale Merito della Repubblica Italiana, 2006, Records Roma all-time leading goalscorer, 307 goals, Roma all-time leading goalscorer in Serie A, 250 goals, Roma all-time leading goalscorer in UEFA Champions League, 17 goals, Roma all-time leading goalscorer in UEFA Europa League, 21 goals, Roma all-time leading goalscorer in UEFA competitions, 38 goals, Roma all-time appearance maker, 786 games, Roma all-time appearance maker in Serie A, 619 games, Roma all-time appearance maker in UEFA Champions League, 57 games, Roma all-time appearance maker in UEFA Europa League, 46 games, Roma all-time appearance maker in UEFA competitions, 103 games, UEFA Champions League oldest goalscorer, aged 38 years 59 days as of the 25th of November 2014, Serie A youngest club's captain, aged 22 years 34 days, most goals for a single club in Serie A, 250 goals, Rome Derby all-time leading goalscorer in Serie A, 11 goals, most penalties scored in Serie A, 71 goals, most different teams scored against in Serie A, alongside Roberto Baggio and Alberto Gilardino, 38, Bibliography Tutte la barzellette Totti, Raccolte Dami, Milano, Mondadori, 2003, ISBN 8804-523379-9, All the Jokes About Totti, collected by me, La Nuova Barzellette Totti, Raccolte ancora Dami, Milano, Mondadori, 2004, ISBN 8804-52482-0, The New Jokes About Totti, collected by me again, Moja Fascio Ercucciaio, Il Mio Calcio, Milano, Mondadori, 2006, ISBN 8804-55733-8, I'm gonna chip him now, My Football, Tito Totti, Milano, Mondadori, 2006, ISBN 978-8804-56753-0, All About Totti, La Mia Vita, I Mia Gol, Book Plus DVD, Milano, Mondadori, 2007, ISBN 8804-57241-8, My Life, My Goals, Quando I Bambini Fanno Aho, Book Plus DVD, Milano, Mondadori, 2009, ISBN 8804-59004-1, When the Children Shout Aho, Emo, Te Spiego Roma, La Mia Guida all'Antica Roma, Milano, Mondadori, 2012, ISBN 8804-62401-9, And Now I Explain Rome to You, My Guide to Ancient Rome, Roma 10, In Giro per Roma Colonel Capitano, Milano, Mondadori, 2014, ISBN 978-8804-64042-4, Roma 10, Around Rome with the Captain, See also List of One Club Men, Football Records in Italy. Italy. References bibliography Fernando Occhitelli, Francesco Totti, Il Tribuno di Porta Latina, Arezzo, Limina, 2002. ISBN 88-86713-79-7. Francesco Totti, The Tribune of Porta Latina. Mario Sconcerta, La differenza di Totti, Arezzo, Limina, 2004. ISBN 88-88555145-X. The Difference of Totti. Francesco Bovio, Con Cristiano Ditta, Francesco Totti, Semplicemente numero 10, Milano, Ginta Editor, 2006. ISBN 88-09-04780-X. Francesco Totti, Simply Number 10. Massimo Cecchini, Francesco Totti, Vita, Paroli Impressa dell'Ultimo Gladiator, Roma, Aliberti, 2009. ISBN 88-7424-493-2. Totti, Life, Words and Feats of the Last Gladiator. Tonino Canucci, Francesco Totti, Di Politici Alcur, Roma, Limina, 2010. ISBN 88-6041-056-8. Francesco Totti, From Politicians to Heart. Gianluca Tino, L'invasion degli ultratati, Roma, Ercole, 2010. ISBN 88-88771-22-0. The Invasion of Ultratati. Francesca Spaziani Testa, Francesco Totti Minuto per Minuto, Firenze San Costiano VP, Castelvecchi, 2012. ISBN 88-7615-685-2. Francesco Totti Minute by Minute. Francesco Costantini, Tottide, Poema Epico, Roma, Imprimatur, 2013. ISBN 88-6830-034-6. Tottide, Epic Poem. External links Official website. Francesco Totti profile at the official AS Roma website. Lega Serie A profile. Francesco Totti profile at ESPN FC. FIGC National Team Archive. Italian. Francesco Totti, FIFA competition record. Francesco Totti, UEFA competition record.